So welcome back to the channel, guys. This is the Ninchmovies, and today I'm going to be doing my third installment into the Futurama series of reviews. Obviously, I'm on camera today. This is a little different of a setup. Honestly, I had already recorded this video in a similar nature to the first two, except I actually wanted to incorporate clips again, something like my Trading Places review. I nearly uploaded what I had, and then I was like, why am I uploading this if I'm not happy with it? Honestly, there was something odd going on with the ratio, and then everything was out of frame and it just looked like shit. I want to constantly improve how I do these reviews, and firstly, that's starting off with this Rode video mic right here, which shout out to the Mayor Hair Bear, my brother. He gave this to me a long time ago when he actually moved away. He decided to move states out of nowhere. Fuck that guy. But he did leave me this microphone, and all the audio recording videos that I've put up on this channel have all just been done off my iPhone using CapCut. When I found that in the cupboard yesterday, I'm like, holy shit, I could finally do some better audio. Why have I not been doing this? But with all that rambling out the way, and I do apologize if you hear any huffing and puffing, we've got the big fella down there wanting out. It's actually a lovely day outside, and he's probably just, craving a bit of sun. I'm going to take a bit more relaxed approach at this. I've tried scripting, I've tried not scripting. Once again, it's all just sort of a learning curve, kind of like this season of Futurama. So if you guys enjoy this type of, podcast style, a bit more laid back review, let me know down below. And also, let me know about the audio quality. Thank you all for watching. Alright, so this is episode 3 of Futurama, and I just wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We got him. This is finally back to form. I'm not going to, get too excited and say, yep, the whole season's going to roll on like this. It's going to be, doing nothing but getting better. But at the moment, from episode 1 being absolute poo, episode 2 to being decent, and now this to being good, that's good signs. So this episode is called The Temp. And I think where this episode, does so well is it has a lot of old references and old jokes, throwbacks, if you will, that hit. All the new jokes also hit. All the new worlds are interesting. They go to this book planet in this, and it's actually a really funny concept with a parody on the flying purple people eater. I thought it was really, really funny. So basically, the whole plot of this episode is it goes throwback. Oh, Sookie boy, give us a second. Yeah, you want outside? You want outside too, Blue? Jesus. Try to have a peaceful recording. Don't have kids. No, they're alright. Plus they're fur babies. I know, I'm not a real father. I get it. Where was I? The plot of this episode. It starts off with an Omicronian wedding, which is already a throwback. Once again, in episode 2, a lot of people were complaining there was too many throwbacks. This is just a nice and easy one. I always like Lur. I love the Omicronians. And the wedding at the start of this episode is actually sort of like a parody of a Jewish wedding, and I thought it was actually really funny with the references, like they stomp on the father's skull at the end of the ceremony. They throw Molotov cocktails instead of saying Mazel Tov. I thought it was a little interesting thing. But basically, the episode starts off with this sort of mystery because there's some sort of man that's replaced Philip J. Fry. Everyone's calling him Fry. Everyone's just acting as if this is Fry. And that's because way back in the day, after the Amazonian episode, Fry takes a 2-week vacation, and Professor Farnsworth and Hermes get a temporary 2-week delivery man. The episode unfolds. This man that is, normally miserable, just doing day-to-day jobs for people, really enjoys living in Fry's life and being a delivery man, traveling and doing all these things, until he gets stranded on this book planet with the flying purple people eater things. Then it goes 23 years later. Fry wants to yet again have another vacation, and, the plot unfolds. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, even though I did half of it. It's a really, really interesting episode, really back to form. Once again, the comedy lands, and I've been saying in these reviews so far that a lot of the references in Futurama this season are dated. There is one TikTok joke. One TikTok joke in this. And it kind of landed. It was kind of funny. I was surprised. The comedy is way better in this episode. It just is. Farnsworth has a lot to do with this episode. Zoidberg has a lot to do with this episode. It is mainly about the crew, and I just really enjoyed it. From start to finish, it's an easy 22 minutes or whatever it is. It is easily back to form, the most, compared to the rest of the season thus far. Do I have high hopes for the rest of the season? It's kind of growing, like it really is. It's just steadily improving. I'm hoping the next episode's going to be good. Once again, I do apologize that this review is actually very close to the previous. I only put that out about a day or two ago. But once again, I said in that video, I was sort of umming and ahhing if I was going to make this a series. And I thought, why not? I'm watching it every week. And I kind of just want to see how it goes. I would highly recommend it. I did really enjoy the episode. What am I saying? Go on, mushmouth. I really enjoyed the old school references. What is it? Farnsworth says, I'm already in my pajamas. That's right. My bad. I'm blanking. Little things like that. Just little throwbacks like that. I also like that when I originally did this review, the one that you won't see, and thank God for that, the whole joke in this episode is that this fill-in, nobody can remember his name. He's just some boring ass person. And he's forgettable. He said that even sometimes he can walk in a room and midway through a conversation, people will forget about him. When I was doing the original recording, I forgot the man's goddamn name. I do suppose he plays Fry for half the episode, but it is very funny. And also, for the Mayor Hair Bear, I'm not going to say it's a hugely laughable moment, but there's a good book joke about Return of the King in there. This man that, gets stuck on this book planet. There's only 2 good conditioned books. And basically, he's not willing to read Return of the King simply because the other 2 books aren't there, and he thought it would sort of like spoil it. And that man's been there on this planet for 23 years. I don't know. I just felt like it was a return to form. Honestly, I felt like the writers gave a fuck on this episode, and that's the whole thing I've been saying. It's not hard. Like, Futurama is something that it's completely made up. It's, it's set in the future. You have unlimited planets, unlimited resources. And that's why I just don't understand why they were always going for the same sort of shit. And I don't know. I've preached on about it enough in the last 2 episodes. But I'm just saying, this was a return to form where it's just like obvious to me that like the creativity is back. And like, why wasn't it there from the get-go? Especially when, all the cancellations have like 10 years between, or 5-10 years, whatever it is. Like, surely, at this point, surely they know that Futurama is going to get picked up again and again and again. Why not just, have some good episodes on the back burner? But yeah, I would highly recommend episode 3. I did forget to mention that it is sitting at a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb right now. There that is. Which, once again, I'll always use IMDb. It's not the definitive thing or anything, but I'm pretty sure the very first episode that's sitting at about a 6.4, something around that, and then 6.9 for the next. So everyone's sort of agreeing that it's steadily getting better, and I'd have to agree. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of laid back style of video. If the video is decent and does well, I'm happy to keep doing it like this. Once again, I do apologize. It was just something about cropping and editing, and everything was out of frame. Once again, I edit everything that I put out on this channel on this crappy ass, iPhone 7 or whatever I'm rocking. So why not do something a little different? Give it a try. Why not? We're at the experimental stage of the channel. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, add it to your favorites, subscribe. Let me know if you've seen the episode and your thoughts down below. Alright, peace.